going to tell you 1 minute.
Okay. Right. Basically, what I'm doing is I started by looking at some of the positive aspects of some of the people that we of the place, of our site. And basically, what I've taken is the idea of local experts in construction and the idea of abundance of recyclable materials. Now, what I've been doing is I'm applying that to my site and utilizing it to basically create a hub by which we manufacture parts and panels for prefabricated houses, which can be supplied to the site to create their own housing stock and also to the rest of Ankara. So this is a concept study based on stitching inwards on the site, utilizing this idea of positive aspects. So basically these points are some of the identified positive aspects, things like where we saw strong family values, hard-working husbands, young and able workforce, children with high aspirations. So that was as a concept the idea of stitching inwards. But then we have another concept which is the idea of stitching outwards, by which, like I said, I've taken the idea of sort of construction materials and experienced construction people and using that to create Ulos as a hub by which it connects to other points in Ankara. I then began to look at,
does that make sense? It's clear so far, did you say? Yeah. Good.
Okay. Okay. So then, basically, I started to look at what formulates the identity of the place in order to sort of understand this concept a bit more closer. And I started to critique the sort of everyday life of individuals there. So by examining one of the dwellings that we got into, thank you to Esad and the guys who took us into this place. If you remember, we went to, there's a picture there. So basically what I did was I started to map, yeah, it's okay. So to that one. I started to map basically how people occupy the space in their houses. And what this did was basically, you know, we picked up certain things like how women, for instance, attend to family, serve breakfast, lunch and dinner, cleaning, ironing, cooking, washing, praying, cleaning, etc. And for instance, for men, a similar sort of concept. And I looked at it really at a collective and individual level, and this is a mapping of collective and individual identity. And this basically informed, I took this to develop a form which could basically become a more efficient way of living. And so this is a concept site plan which I've produced. So basically this is this organic form which is spreading across the site. Okay, so really, as for what this has come up with, so basically my program really includes new residential modular units, workshop facilities, teaching area, and this idea of producing prefabricated panels, so really a small factory.
I'm going to move the camera now to another location. So stay with me.
So this is an early sort of concept drawing, if you like, which
Can you see?
I think just about.
If you wanted to hold it so you can point.
Okay, so yeah, I think you can just about see that. So basically this is a modular system which I'm coming up with to house these occupants, which is basically based around interchangeable panels for the outside and inside. So really it doesn't become some sort of homogeneous solution. It's organic and basically adaptable to individual tastes and requirements. Now, what I'm doing is basically I'm examining, this is an exploded diagram of a typical construction of a house on our site. And really I'm exploring this to see how we can utilize some of these materials to inform this new solution. And finally, this is, I'll show this. So basically this is a slightly more detailed plan which shows like I said, this idea of workshops, production, manufacture, factory, and basically these units. So that's where I'm up to, and I will hand you back to NASA now.
Okay, is that, how much did that make sense?
Sorry.